Hello, welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm going to show you around our new shop. Okay, a couple years ago, my wife said I needed a new building to do some work in. We were just outgrowing our garage shop that's attached to our house. We put a steel roof on our house, and when we did that, we had an Amish crew come in and do it, and we asked them to give us a rough estimate of what a 30 by 40 building would cost. They came in here, gave us that, and that's what we kind of had planned for our target of what this would cost us. Well, a couple years later, we actually had some cash saved up, and one of Missy's relatives built a garage, not a shop, but a garage. It was like a 20 by 24 garage, and she told us what she had in it. And so I started researching it, and these steel buildings, now these are prefab steel buildings. Actually, I purchased this online from an outfit called Allen's Factory Outlet. Now, very happy with it. No issues whatsoever. What ended up happening was I went online and I designed this building. Now I have two 9x8 doors, and a 10 by 10 center door. These are roll-up doors. They're not insulated, but I built this online. They have a 3D builder type thing that you can go on and design it. Originally, I had it set to go the other way with two bays, and I was going to put two 10 by 10 doors. And we had people come out and check our utilities, and unfortunately we have utilities running right in front of the shop, so we had to come up with a different way. So we flipped the building this way, the way it sits right now. So it's 30 deep, 35 across, 12 high. That actually gave us the opportunity to have three bays, and Cole wanted his own bay, so now that actually worked out in our favor. So that's what we ended up doing. So I designed this building, and we're going to do a quick walk around, then I'm going to go inside and I'm going to show you what the inside looks like. Any of these steel buildings like this, you got to have a slab poured. And this slab is 6 inches thick. So it has a 6-inch overhang the whole way around the building. That's the way that the building company wanted it. Once we put a deposit down, they sent us the blueprints. We went through the permitting process, and the blueprints had this slab. So I contacted a bunch of concrete contractors, and lo and behold, I was shocked at the price of concrete. I mean, it's ridiculous. One estimate we had was almost $20,000. Well, it turns out a kid that lives up the road here, he started a construction business, and he does concrete. So he came and looked at it, gave me a price, and we agreed on that. So the pad is 6 inches thick with rebar, with the vapor barrier, and also a center floor drain that runs to the back. But this here is the side of the building. Now, if you notice that the siding is horizontal on this side, I ordered it that way specifically. I like the looks of the vertical siding. It's more stable, but it adds cost to the building. By doing this, we saved a lot of money by doing this. Now, the siding runs horizontal on both sides, but nobody sees it because we have woods on this side. So I figured, why not? Let's try that. Now, here's one man entry door. This building has two man doors and 3 windows. This is not the door that comes with the building. Now, when I ordered the building and I designed it, I did it with the frame mounts. I purchased these doors. We have a warehouse store about an hour away from here that has pre-hung insulated doors, and that's where we got these. And I paid about $150 a piece for the 2 doors. Now these 2 doors there's one on this side and there's one on the other side. I'm going to show you, but they're identical. The windows are just standard windows, nothing fancy. Actually, when they did the building, we had to do all the caulking around it so they didn't leak. But so far, I like it. They open up, there's a screen on them. Now, back of the building, we have 2 windows here. Now, the reason I have so many windows and doors in this was that's kind of was Missy's thing. She was worried about safety and if there was ever an issue that we could get out of this thing if we had to. And I don't disagree with that. So there's a door on the one corner, and then there's a man door on this corner with the 3 windows. So if there ever was a fire or anything, we could get out of here. Again, here's the other man door. And this goes right into our kitchen. So we can walk right out of our kitchen, right into the shop. Now, the color of this. The roof and all the trim is a charcoal gray. That actually matches the roof on the house that we had put on a couple years ago. The siding is called pewter gray. Now, Missy wants to reside the house in the same color eventually. So that's the reason why the shop's gray and not white, because we are going to redo the siding on the house eventually. Let's go inside and I'll show you around. Okay, inside, like I said, we got the windows for ventilation and safety reason, for safety purposes, so we can get out of here if we ever needed to. But we also chose the insulation. Now, this is just the standard bubble wrap insulation that comes with it. Now, eventually, what I want to do is I want to finish the walls. I haven't decided whether we're going to put steel up, like white steel that matches the outside, but in white, the whole way up, and insulate these walls a little bit better. It gets pretty cold here in northwestern Pennsylvania, but we put this up end of February, beginning of March last year, and it actually wasn't that bad in here. We ran a torpedo heater and got it up to temperature, and it stayed fairly warm. The roll-up doors. This is a 9x8. The center one's a 10x10, and that's also a 9x8. Now, some of the modifications we did to these is down here at the bottoms. I can show you. We have these locks that Cole built for them. And what we did, when they put these doors on, they have a lock on the outside of them where you put a padlock, kind of like a storage building. I didn't like those at all. So I had the builders leave those off. We came up with this system, and I'll show you what this is. Now, this here is basically just a 1-inch strap that we cut slots into it. Then we took a hole saw and cut a hole into the track. So now we can just come up here, kick it with our foot, lift the door up. Same way with locking it. You just tap it over, and it pulls the door tight against that seal. We did put these seals on. We got these off of Amazon because water would leak because you couldn't get the door tight. I highly recommend these if you do a building like this. It's stopped all the water leakage. We've had no problems with it. Now, you can see there is some daylight through there. I need to put the brush seals on the outside, and that should seal it. Like I said, these are not insulated. They are just standard roll-up doors. And my plan was to eventually switch these out to insulated doors. But for right now, these are working very well. I'm very pleased with them. Now, over here, where I told you about the man doors, what they did was they framed that in, and then I stuck those doors in and used wood to metal screws and put right into the frame. And then we put caulking and sealed it all up. We've had no issues whatsoever with these doors. These are very nice doors. And you can lock the place up just like it was supposed to be. Now the doors that come with these are the real cheap doors. They're almost like foam with plastic on them. So that's why I opted for these doors. But here's the inside of it. Cole's race car. Cole wanted his own bay. So he has it set up. We're still moving stuff in here. We've been in here for a little while now, but we're still not in here permanently. Cole's got his toolboxes set up, his tools. Racing season's over, so now we're in the process, or he's in the process of tearing the race car down. So you're probably going to see some more footage of that and what the components are and how he does his thing over the winter. This car will get stripped completely down to the bare chassis and probably repowder coated and put back together. That's his spare rear end that he just purchased here not too long ago. And of course, square body project. Missy's Camaro is over here. We have some work we need to do to that. I have my toolbox setups over here. I need to get some kind of workbenches along here. This is just starting to collect a bunch of stuff. So we need to get this cleaned out and figure out what we're going to do. The lights. The lights up there are what are called hyper lights. For Christmas, right before the building was put up, they're 150 watt LED lights. There's 6 of them. She contacted the company, told them what we were going to put in here, and they said 4, which would probably be enough, but I figured if 4 is good, 6 is better. So I put 6 in here, which is almost too bright. But I highly recommend these. Put in a floor drain. That floor drain runs out right off the hillside there. So that's just basically for water if we ever wash this out or do anything like that. Now I need to get electric running here. I'm going to put electric panel right here. We're going to put 220 in here, run the welders, do everything we need to do with it. As far as an air compressor goes, I'm going to put a new air compressor in here. The original plan was to put it over here in this corner, but I may build a shanty off of this building out back here and keep it outside. So we cut down on the noise and save some space. But we're going to pipe air through here. We're going to put a cord reel over there, an air reel, cord reel over towards my bay, and another electric reel. So that's the plans for the inside here. Now, we're also talking about a lift. When I built this building, it was real important that I had solid floors that would hold a lift. And I want to get a 4-post lift so we could store either a race car or her Camaro and still have a place to park and also do some work. So a 4-post lift is coming. It's just these things take time. So, but anyway, the 4-post lift, the reason I want the 4-post lift is because we can move it from bay to bay. If Cole wants it over there for any reason, we can put the casters on it, roll it over there. I can have it here to center bay or over here, but my plan is to keep it over here. Another thought we did was putting in a loft over all this and start here at this corner right there and run it across to about here. Then that way the lift, it would not interfere with the lift on this bay, and then we would come out roughly about 8 feet. And then we would have the distance there. That way we could have some overhead storage above us. Then our toolboxes would be underneath the loft. So that's another thing we're talking about doing. But you'll see that if that ever comes about. But right now, this is the building. And yeah, very happy with it. Okay, one of the things I wanted to talk about was what I would do different if I was to do this building over again. One of the things I would do different is I would put concrete aprons outside these garage doors. It's the one thing I didn't even really think about at the time. And If I had to do that over again, those would definitely have been worked in somehow. The other thing was some sort of lean-to. Have an area over here on this side of the building. That's where we park the race car trailer. And it would be nice to have that covered. That way I could store parts and the race car trailer would be out of the weather. Those are the two things that I would have done different. Other than that, everything is exactly the way I want it. Now, like I said, we got price estimates from an Amish crew before we did this. And for a pole building, traditional just wood posts, purlins, and steel siding, we were quoted $45,000. That was no doors, no windows, no insulation, no nothing. That was just the building. That's why I looked into these. Like I said, this entire building, I'm going to go over the cost here. We had to have the trees trimmed, had to have one tree completely removed, but the tree company we hired, like I said in the previously, we paid for them to put the trees on the ground. We cut those up ourselves, saved a lot of money that way. So we took care of that. We also had a guy come in with a stump grinder. The trees, the guy charged us $500 to put the trees on the ground. To me, it was worth every penny. Another thing I would have changed, the tree that's out back here that you see in the external videos, I'll put a picture up. I would have completely removed that. Acorns fall on the roof, and it sounds like small artillery fire in here. I didn't realize that first fall we've had it, but the acorns hitting the metal roof. A little loud, but other than that, I probably would have removed that, and I would have considered putting a garage door on this end so I could drive either the trailer or drive a vehicle completely through here. I would have considered that as a change as well. But anyway, getting back to the cost. That cost us $500. The stump grinding, we had three stumps removed. That was a total of $700 to have those removed. The building itself, we designed it online, and that came out to $17,200. The concrete floor with the drain and the pipe, a 6-inch concrete rebar vapor barrier, that was $10,000. The doors, we elected to put our own doors in. Like I said before, those were $150 each. We got those at it's not a salvage, but it's a discount door window type place about an hour away from here. We bought those ourselves. We put them in ourselves. And like I said, those were $150 each, minus the hardware. We had a little bit in the hardware. So roughly under $30,000, I have a complete building minus the electric. We still have the electric to do. The lights are just run on extension cords, and we have a small generator out back. We're running it on right now. No outlets in here yet. We have to run extension cords if we want to do anything, same way with the airline. But that's going to come real quick. We moved stuff over here just to get stuff out of the old garage so we can actually move around a little bit, see how we want to get this set up. One of the things I wanted to talk about too, Cole did a little segment on his video with cool shop improvements. This is VEVOR sweeper. Paid $100 for this. I believe it was on Amazon. I got this. This works just like a little lawnmower, and it sweeps up the floor. Worth every penny. We can sweep this entire shop out in about 5 minutes. Pull the hopper out, dump it, and you're done. The other thing I did, bought a cool shop chair. Now, this is just a gaming chair I got off of Amazon. I think it was $125. I ended up putting rollerblade wheels on it, but this thing it moves up and down. I can wheel it around anywhere I want to go. It's the perfect height. I can raise it. I can lower it. If you're doing brakes, you can sit right here and do it. The other thing that's really cool is that it lays back completely. If I ever get a lift in here, I can sit underneath the car and do whatever I need to do. So if you're looking for something like that, I highly recommend it. So far, I love it. For 125 bucks, you can't go wrong. Okay, this is our old garage. We worked out of here basically since we moved here in 2012. Or I'm sorry, yeah, 2012. And all of Cole's projects, right up through go-kart racing. We think we've built, what, 3 go-karts and 4 race cars out of here. Pretty tiny little garage. That's the reason why we needed more room. We have so much. We just accumulated so many tools over the years, and there's just no room, especially when you start blasting a race car apart. You can hardly walk through here. So that was the reason. The bed for the square body is still in here. I got to get it out before winter. We're going to move the Camaro over here. This is basically going to be a garage again. We've never actually ever used it as a garage, so it's going to be kind of strange. There's our golf cart. We built that. Actually, I built that about 20 years ago for my dad. And he drove the wheels off of this thing. And Cole and I drug this out of the weeds a few years ago. Got it running. Put a new body on it. Got everything all painted up. We use this thing pretty much every day. But this is the reason for the new shop. A lot of memories here. Anyway, that's going to do it for this week. Appreciate you tuning in, checking out the new shop. I hope that helps you. If you have any questions, put down in the comments. Like I said, this was the most bang for our buck. We didn't have to take a loan out for this. We paid cash for it, and we did it as we could. We didn't proceed till we had the money for the concrete in the building. But the work that was done around here with the trees and the gravel and that kind of stuff, we did that on our own, and we did it on the weekends when we had time. I think it's a pretty nice shop. It's everything I've ever wanted. I have a great wife. She's the one that made this happen. So I want to thank her. Without her, like I said, she made this happen. She got tired of watching me struggle out in the driveway fixing stuff and tripping over things in the old shop. And I can't say enough about her. Without her, this wouldn't have happened. Okay, we're going to call it. I appreciate you tuning in. Hope this helped. Like I said, if you have any questions, put them down in the comments below. Going to put a thing out here. We need a name for the square body project. Just a brown square body farm truck. I'm hoping, my plan is to paint it green. The two-tone green, dark green, light green, that's what I'm kind of leaning towards, but I'm open to suggestions. It's going to have a 6-inch lift. It's going to have some wide steelies on it. I'm debating whether to cut the bed and frame down to a short bed. I'm still kind of up in the air about that. We may do that. We may not. I'm not sure. Let us know what you want to see. I've never done it. I have never seen anybody do it, so this would be a first for us if we did. But we're going to get going on this. Got a few more things to do before the snow flies. Then after that, it's project time. So that's coming real soon. Also, in the description, there's a link to our Amazon store. I put a little list up of stuff that we need around here to do the projects. It's just little stuff, but that would help us out. We are funding this. I get no money from YouTube. I have no sponsors. It's just us, so we're doing the best we can. We're going to be putting out more Camaro content. She wants to put a headliner in this. I'm hoping to do that before the snow flies, but we need to get this car moved into the other garage for the winter. We're just going to free this bay up. I believe that the bed for the square body may be coming back over here. I have it over there temporarily, but yeah, things are going to start happening here. So make sure you check it out. Okay, we're going to call it. I appreciate you tuning in. Hope this helped. Like I said, if you have any questions, put them down in the comments below. I'm going to put a thing out here. We need a name for the square body project. Just a brown square body farm truck. I'm hoping, my plan is to paint it green. The two-tone green, dark green, light green, that's what I'm kind of leaning towards, but I'm open to suggestions. It's going to have a 6-inch lift. It's going to have some wide steelies on it. I'm debating whether to cut the bed and frame down to a short bed. I'm still kind of up in the air about that. We may do that. We may not. I'm not sure. Let us know what you want to see. I've never done it. I have never seen anybody do it, so this would be a first for us if we did. But we're going to get going on this. Got a few more things to do before the snow flies. Then after that, it's project time. So that's coming real soon. Also, in the description, there's a link to our Amazon store. I put a little list up of stuff that we need around here to do the projects. It's just little stuff, but that would help us out. We are funding this. I get no money from YouTube. I have no sponsors. It's just us, so we're doing the best we can. We're going to be putting out more Camaro content. She wants to put a headliner in this. I'm hoping to do that before the snow flies, but we need to get this car moved into the other garage for the winter. We're just going to free this bay up. I believe that the bed for the square body may be coming back over here. I have it over there temporarily, but yeah, things are going to start happening here, so make sure you check it out. Well, that's going to do it. Remember, only you can make things happen, so go make it happen. See you next week.